To get started, LeBron was nice enough to offer to share what he's doing with all of us. So this LeBron is always so prideful when he's talking to you guys in the chat, when he is sharing things on here. And so, if anything, he's just trying to motivate everyone. And we all know that everyone has different personalities, but there's just, something about LeBron that he shows up every day. I think it's really special that he works his wife's account. It's kind of like a one of a kind situation, but at the same time, if he's doing this on his wife's account behind the scenes, we all know that all of us can be doing the same thing that he's doing. So that being said, let's just kind of get ready to take some notes tonight. I want to give you guys like a minute to grab a pen and paper. Because he is going to go over a lot, and he said, make sure we're taking notes. So, for those of you that don't know, LeBron and I and Courtney talk on the side a lot. So LeBron and I are kind of constantly game planning back and forth on the side, just kind of like what's working, how he's doing things, what it looks like. And it's nothing probably different than any of you have done at one point in time. I think it's just a matter of now how consistently are we doing it. And so the main things I've been hearing, like the trend that I've been hearing is I feel like I don't have enough time in my day. I feel like people are adding me on Facebook, and we're just gonna call that what it is. It's kind of like excuses because we all have the same 24 hours in a day, including LeBron, including all of us. We're mamas, we're parents, we're whether you're a dog mom or you work full time. I feel like almost when I work full time, I'm almost on a better schedule because I have to be so intentional. So we did have a private leaders meeting today, this morning, with all of us leaders. It was about an hour and a half long. So there's a lot coming for you guys, but we really want to capitalize on the next 11 days that we have left of this month. And so it's great that we have LeBron on to do this. So I'm going to go ahead and unmute you, LeBron, and let you just kind of share with us, everything you're doing and just all the good stuff.
You unmute me on mine, not on Brooks.
There we go. Yeah. Thanks. Uh-oh.
Let me.
Do you want to be unmuted on Brooks or yours? Brooks, okay.
There we go. Is that better?
She said yes.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to share my my screen on my phone. So you may have to make me a host on there. Yeah.
And let's also do if you guys want, do speaker view, not gallery view. Let me make you the host. Real quickly, while I have this on my mind too, we were talking today on our leader Zoom, and the main, I think, trend and word that came up was belief. And so just having belief in what you're doing and why you're here. And so I think belief, it's easy for us to sit here and talk about it. Now it's a matter of what we're going to do to put into fruition of what we want the rest of this month to look like leading up to July. Okay, LeBron, you're the host. You're good to go. Enough for me.
Okay. No, that's fine. All right. One thing I want to ask: who's been here less than a month? Anybody on here been here less than a month? Can you put that in the chat if you've been here less than a month? Okay, Amberly Franks. Hey, she's on my team. Actually, mine and Courtney's team. She right out of a month. Anybody less than 2 months? And the reason I ask these, you'll understand here shortly, because I want to do a little something different with you, but I want you to take notes here, because later on down the road, this will help you. One thing I want to tell you right now, we're going to go through this slow. and not rush, because I want you to really get it. And don't check your messages until you're finished doing each task, because you will get sidetracked and distracted and forget and to go back and do what you were doing to start with. So everybody's like, okay, LeBron, how do you get up 10, 15 haps every day? Blah, 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 blah. Okay, so for starters, this is and I know Jeannie asked me to explain how I go through my friends list and stuff like that. But after I go through this, a lot of times you're going to say, well, golly, you don't even really have to go through your friends list. So, I mean, I eventually do, because I run out of people to ask on HAPs and things like that. So, and I've done a trial run just so people couldn't make an excuse on, well, I don't have time to do that. All right, well, going back and doing your past HAPs takes 7 minutes and 49 seconds. Okay. So what I do, and I want you all to do this, you can write it down, but I also want you to do it with me, because I want you to see how it works. So go to your Facebook. Let me hide me. All right, you go to your menu to your saved. Okay. See, I hope you all do this, but see how I have my HAPs labeled: June HAPs, May HAPs. That's all the ones I got in May, April, March, so. Okay. So let's just say, for instance, go back as far as, if you've been here a while, go back to January. If you've been here 3 months, go back to whatever month you started. So I'm going to go to January. Okay. And just so everybody knows, on my line, I had 146. That don't count the ones that got blocked. So, because I know some people, there's no way he's doing that. I promise you, I'm not the kind that's going to lie to you on what I'm doing or what I'm not getting. If I get them, I'll get them. You know, I'm not going to make it up just to make myself look good. So I scroll all the way down. We're going to get there in a minute, maybe. Well, anyways, I'll just start right here. But anyways, you get the gist of what I'm saying. So I'm going to go to Karen Faulkner. She's the one on mine. All right. And what this does, this kills several tasks with one shot. Because now I'm going to ask this, I'm going to go to Karen, and I'm going to hit her message. The last thing I sent her was, I looked at that, it was on June the 5th. She was wanting the business, but then blah, blah, blah. She did HAP for me at the beginning of this month, so I'm not going to send her anything at the moment. Or actually, I am, because it says what sounds best. I'm going to send her. This is where I can follow up with her. So here's a follow up. Hey, love, are you still interested? Bam. Okay. So then make sure you do this. See where it says most relevant? Always click that and hit all comments, because if not, there will be comments hidden there that you didn't see if you just have the most relevant up there. So now I'm going to scroll down through here. All right. Amanda PB girl said she wanted to try it. Okay. We're not friends. See where it says follow? I'm still going to hit on the message button. Hey, where did that go? I'm going to hit the message button and see if we've messaged before. Okay, we have, and she didn't respond to the very last one I sent in January, of course. So that means she's probably not getting them because we're not friends. Those two probably went to her spam, so I'm going to ignore her. Not really ignore, but I'm not going to do anything with it. Okay, and then this Michael White person says we're not friends. I'm still going to click the message. We never messaged because they never sent me anything. So All right, so there's follow-ups with the person who HAP'd for me. All right, and now this is another thing that you can do while you're here. I know it's January, but I'm still going to bump this HAP. What I'm going to do is put our promo in there about the skinny wrap. Okay, that bumps that HAP. All right, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4 tasks that I've done in that one HAP. Okay, so now I'm going to do Marty Clark. Okay, I'm going to click on her. All right, so she posted for me in January, so I'm just going to, and it wasn't the, hey, I got a question for you, so I'm going to send that. All right, there's a ask out of a January HAP. All right, so now I'm going to go here again. All right, we're going to check Donna. We're not friends, but she never sent me a friend request. Okay. All right, Brianna. We're in a conversation already about the business. I'm waiting on her to respond to me. So now I'm going to bump this HAP as well. So that's okay. That's one way. And what I do is I do about 5 to 10 at a time. To do 5 of them, like I said, it took me 7 minutes and 49 seconds. Okay. That's, I mean, that's you sitting down, taking you a 10-minute break. So there's a simple way to do, like I said, to knock out a lot of tasks at one time. So, and this is throughout my day. Like I said, I'll do 5 or 10 of those at a time because 5 or 10 is easier to remember. Oh, I've done 5. Let me count down 5. Okay, I got to start with this person when I go to do them again. So that's one way that I get mine up. And then another way is, this is a biggie. And this also, even having to scroll all the way back to January, it took me 5 minutes to do it. It's 5 minutes per month. So today is June the 19th. Hey, Jenny, you're on my front page. So then I go to my messenger. Today's June 19th. I'm going to scroll all the way down. I'm just for time's sake, I'm just going to scroll to May the 19th. But if it on my normal day, I would have scrolled all the way to January the 19th. Okay. And if you didn't start in January, scroll back to February, March, or April, or May, whichever one you started in. Go back a month to the date. Don't do the 18th and don't do the 20th. Do the 19th. And you say, well, why can't I go ahead and do the 18th or the 20th? Well, you want to have your list built for tomorrow, and that's another big thing. Which I know Jamie, she likes to write her stuff down, and she's excellent at it. I started doing that at the beginning. I mean, I had it. I was so organized. I had everybody I sent a HAP to, everybody I was in conversation with, product to. I mean, I had them highlighted. It was a different color highlight on what I talked to them about. That was taking a lot of my time. And I thought, well, all right, if I come up with this system, I don't have to write these names down. The only names I write down now are potential DTs and people who said, hey, I'll get the product on payday. So that way I know I write that person down so I know to follow up with that person. I ain't got to try to find them. Okay. So that's what I do on that. Now I stopped writing down every single little thing because going back took too much of my time, and our time's too valuable. But if you go back and do it this way, the way I'm telling you, what's the point in having to write them down? They're there. So if you go back a month to date, I must have hit something. Anyways, so going back to, like I said, I'm just going to go back to May the 19th because just for time's sake. So here, guess what you get to do again? Knock out several tasks at one time. You get to do ask, you get to do follow-ups, you get to do missed messages you might have missed, and you get to do inbox cleanup. There's 4 tasks just going back a month. So, all right, we're going to start with Deanne. Okay. Sorry for the delay. Response message has been acting crazy. I would like to lose around 30 pounds of menopause weight. I think I want to hold off on this product. I'm going on a cruise on the 30th. I will reach back out. Thank you. All right. So I look back. I have her name written down for the 30th. Okay. And to follow up. So we're going to hold off on that one. Then we're going to go to the next one. She posted a HAP for me on the 19th. Done. Thank you. All right. So I sent the no worries. So this was a month ago. So I'm not afraid to send her another ask. And I'm just going to send because I didn't send this before. Hey, I have a question for you. It's not asking to buy anything. All right. So then we're going to go, and like I said, I want y'all to do this because I want you to get the feel and the gist of the way this goes. That way, tomorrow when you go to do this system, hopefully it'll become easier for you. That's what I said. I didn't want to rush through this tonight, and like I normally do, I'd done sent a bunch of them, but I want to break it down for y'all because it's like I said in the chat the other day. I want to see every one of you succeed. And if you're not getting HAPs up, it's going to be hard for you to succeed because you can ask Jamie, Courtney, Julie, all of them, Chelsea. I mean, it's the bread and butter. That's what gets your sales. If I get 5 HAPs up a day, you can bet you I'm going to get a sale. Okay, so mine went back, is acting stupid. So after I do, let's just say I went through all of May the 19th. All right. Like I said, don't catch a squirrel and, oh, golly, this person messaged me. I got to go check it back because then you'll forget to go back to May the 19th or January 19th. So I don't care if there's 100 January the 19th in there. Follow up, inbox cleanup, whatever, finish all of those before you go back to the top. Because if you go back to the top, then you got to scroll all the way back down to find January 19th. So, or whatever month you're on. So this person sent, yeah, hey, what you got? Now I'm going to go back and ask, answer everybody I sent an ask to or whatever I sent them for. So there was 3 right off the rip. 3, yeah, I mean, Tina Art, I sent them, they were on May the 19th, and there they are already. I've then got to ask them the second part of the question. All right, so that's way number 2. And like I said, I haven't even got into my friends list yet. I hadn't even started going down my friends list. So that's a big part of how I get most of my HAPs up during the day. So now I want to ask a question for the ones that hasn't been here really long, because people are like, well, what HAPs do you send? Do you send a product HAP? Do you send an opportunity HAP? Do you send a giveaway HAP? Now I very rarely send a giveaway HAP. All right, now I'm going to say this to maybe the ones that's only been here 1 or 2 months. Every once in a while, I believe that you should send out a giveaway HAP for somebody to post for you, because that puts new eyes on you and puts new people in your network. Okay. And it's like I said, the little power hour thing or 30 thing we done back in May. When you do a HAP, you should be, because people's like, well, I ain't got a big friends list. Okay. Here's the thing though. Every time somebody comments on that HAP, they should be becoming your friend. So you should be adding to your network daily. And I'm gonna go see if I can find one that I haven't responded to yet. And I'm gonna show you the way I do it without you having to ask a gazillion people. There's nobody comment on that one. Nobody on that one. And you see, I mean, not everybody's going to comment on. I mean, this one, these I have no comments on some of them. A lot of them actually. That's why it's important to get them up. I done added her as a friend because I sent her a message earlier. I'm trying to find one I can actually show you. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to delete this just so we can pretend like we're starting from square one. So here's a HAP that a lady posted for me. I clicked all the comments. I'm going to scroll down through here. All right. Christina Pate Rosado. I'll try it. So I'm going to love it. Then I'm going to click on her. I am going to add her as a friend. Okay. Well, I can't do that. So, oh well. So now I'm going to go to here. And I'm going to say, please add me as a friend and send me a message that says info. Sorry, my screen's slow. All right, and hopefully she'll see that and she'll send me a message. She'll send me a friend request, then send me a message. So I got to add her as a friend. She sent me a message and added me as a friend. So that's adding to my network on somebody that I didn't even have to search for. She's already on the post that somebody put up for me. And then when I go through this is the way I go through my friends list if it comes down to me having to go through my friends list. I do this probably a little different than most people do, but I'm going to go to my friends. I'm going to sort, and I'm going to go to oldest first. I'm going to sort them to the oldest. All right. And then I'm going to go down that list and I'm going to write down 25 names. You say, well, that's a waste of time. No, it's not. Because something may happen. You're going through there and, oh God, the kid's screaming or the dishwasher's overflowing or whatever. So what I do is I take it takes 5 minutes to write down 25 names. Okay. And then that way, once I write down 25, we're just going to say Pam was the last one I wrote down. All right. So now I can go out of there and I'm going to go back to my list and I'm just going to type that person's name up in Messenger, see what was the last message I sent them. If it was an ask or what, there's another way to ask, follow up, or.
Sorry, can I interject for a sec?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so I love doing this method, and I just saw in the chat, Courtney wrote, I think you have to have a public Facebook to see sort because mine doesn't show. No, it took me forever to find this too. So let's all do this together, okay? You're gonna go get on your phone, okay? Click the menu button at the bottom. Click Friends. Is everyone still with me? Your friends, okay? And then there's a sort button at the top right. There's a little blue sort button, just like LeBron showed us. And just a quick aha moment, LeBron, I'm having while you're sharing this. There's been like 10 aha moments already, and I'm just trying to let you do your thing because you're a boss. But see how you have 100 mutual friends with Nikki Henderson? This is another way you could break down. I go to Nikki Henderson's page, our 100 mutual friends, and I would work off those mutual friends.
Mm-hmm.
Or I'd go to Allison Hanley, who has 591 mutual friends with me. You don't have to, I think we're overthinking it too, a lot of us. LeBron is just sitting there, he's coachable. He's doing the exact messages we say to send. He's getting creative, going back to his old host post. While he was doing this with us on the horn, I get on my phone, I go to my saved messages. I went back to last October. Don't ask me why, okay? And I'm seeing people that I haven't seen in months because my Facebook algorithm's all messed up, right? And so again, that's another excuse, but I'm just saying you can go back to your October messages or whatever HAP you want to go that you have saved, or you can do it. There's many ways to do this. I mean, you don't have to have your friends list sit like printed out, sitting there just boring, like messaging them. Go to Nikki, 100 mutual friends. He could work off that for the next 2-3 days. And then what he's going to do is he's going to get all the same eyes on his page. And he is now, like Stephanie Dunn always says, Nordstrom's. Nordstrom's sends you a ton of text messages a day and about 4 emails per day because you need to see something 8 to 12 times, right? Ads all over your Facebook. So LeBron's going to go to those 100 mutual friends. They probably all live pretty close in the same city. And there's going to be someone's cousin from Philadelphia or Florida or California, wherever they're from. And someone's cousin's going to comment on there. And then LeBron's just tapped himself in to California, right? And LeBron just made a new friend in California that's going to order product from him while he's simultaneously using those 100 mutual friends to have people see his things over and over and over again. And that when I say people, I mean potential customers as well as potential distributors going, oh, there's Brooke again on Facebook. She's advertising again. She must be making money. He's planting a seed for distributors as well, who are the looky-loos watching, just like all of us were. So he's killing about 3 to 5 birds in one small, simple task in 2.5, 3 days. So it's the masses, you guys. It is a numbers game. LeBron, I don't want to get you off your train of thought. So this is a great
No,
way.
you're good.
Court, were you able to figure out the sort? Yes. Okay. Anyone else? Because it took me months. Okay. And then the next day I'd get on and I'd be like, where's that sort button again? Because when you go back to your oldest friends, it's just a game changer. Or you might go back to your recent friends. Okay. Another game changer. So it's totally up to you how you want to do this. But I think we're all kind of overthinking this. And we don't need to, right? We just need to have the belief and we just need to do all of the things. And are you guys going through? And because LeBron isn't a unicorn, there's a reason he's getting up 5 HAPs a day because he's doing his work. He's putting his task in. He just shared his screen. You can see how many messages he sent out today, right? He sent out a lot of messages. Today, he can go back to May. This is how consistency works. He can go back to May 18th or 19th, whatever day it was, and he's got a boatload of messages to sort through because he's doing the work every day, because he's putting the footwork in. So he's like, oh, this is fun. Let me go back to May and see where Sally Sue is and see what's up with her. And let me get her to HAP for me right quick. Oh, and here's someone that wants to order on the 30th. I remember she wants to order, but in the meantime, I'm going to have her throw up a post for me. Right? I think we're overcomplicating it and needs to be a little bit more simple. And you break it down.
Make it a game. Make it a game and have fun with it. I mean, that's what I do. I mean, that I do. I mean, because if you're not having fun with it, then you're gonna get bored with it. You're gonna get burnt out. And you're gonna get your panties in a wad, and you're gonna quit. Sorry, get your underwear in a wad. Sorry, I guess I should say that. But anyways, y'all know how I am. Y'all can take it.
Our britches.
Yeah, your britches. Yeah. Pull your big girl britches up. Let's have fun with this. It's like I said, let's get your passion back. I mean, because if you have passion about something, you want to go for it. I mean, I I have such a passion for this. It's fun for me. Um, but just for the simple fact, I love to see in the chat when y'all say, "Oh, I got 5 up," or "Hey, I got a customer today," or "I got a DT today." I'm like, "Yeah, yeah." You know, somebody else on the list or somebody else on Chelsea's list that's going to be in the top enrollments. Um, I want that for each and every one of you, and that's why I do that. I don't have a passion just for myself, but I have a passion for y'all. I do. I have a passion to help each one of y'all succeed. And my thing is I want you to not see this business as a burden, but see it as a life changing thing that God's put in your lap and said, "Hey, here you go. Here's all the systems in the place. You don't even have to think about them. We've got it all there for you. You don't have to think about." And people are probably like, "Well, I'm afraid to ask a question in the chat." Okay, well, if that's the case, then individually ask your leader. Okay, if your leader can't help you, guess what your leader should do if that leader is a real leader? They should go to their leader and say, "Hey, how do I answer this?" And that's the way it should be. That's the way all of us should be. And I guarantee you, if we'll all be like that and not afraid to ask the questions, you will find your answer pretty quick, quicker than before they're going to go off somewhere else and ask somebody else. So that's the thing. Just get your passion back. That I mean, and um, while I'm thinking about this, I did see my notes here. Jeannie asked me. She said, "How soon do you ask a new friend that you've added?" What I normally do, that's why I start with, when I go to that sort, I start with the oldest first, because by the time I get down to my newest, they've done seen my page for days before I ever send them a message. So they know what I'm doing. I'm interacting, they're seeing my stuff. But if you're new and just now adding new friends and that's the only ones you have, hey, I give them a few days, because I don't want to, as soon as they add me as a friend, I don't want to pop in there, "Hey, I got a question for you." It's not asking you to buy anything. We gotta be friends with them first. Okay. That is one thing we have to do. We have to be friends with them first. So go interact on their page for a couple of days. All right. Because what that does is then that lets them see your page more. So give them a couple of more days and then jump in there. "Hey, I got a question." Especially if they've interacted with something, like if they've liked a post you've put up or something like that. Hey, there you go. Check your likes. If it's a new friend, "Hey, I seen you like my post. Would you be willing to put a post up for me?" Or whatever. Just do the ask. Um, just don't make it complicated. And don't add too many friends during the day, and don't message to break this up. That's why I said do on the apps, the past apps, do go to January, do 5 at a time. Okay, stop there for a little bit, then go to the day, go into your messenger and do the day of the month past, like go back to January 19th or May 19th, whatever. And because you've already messaged those, so you're not going to get flagged for um, messaging them again, because you're already in a conversation with them. So you're not sending out a new message to them. So don't be afraid to send them another message, because like I said, you're already in conversation with them. You're not sending them a new message. So you're not going to get flagged or blocked for. Now, some people may block you, and if they do, that's okay too. It's going to happen. I had one a while ago that blocked me. Okay, Control Alt Delete. Bye bye. It's that simple. Actually, I don't even have to Control Alt Delete. I just swap over and hit delete.
Yeah, you archive them. I don't want you to lose your train of thought because I did kind of interrupt you, but I do think, okay, so if you guys are adding random people, that's great, that's fine, but it is going to be a little bit, and Jeannie, you've been around forever, so you understand it is going to be a little bit more work for you because you are going to have to interact with them. You are going to have to become their friend, right? You're going to have to post on the, or you're going to have to comment on their page. It's almost like an extra step, whereas if we're just doing the host to post, you shouldn't have to go add random people. And so, LeBron, I want you to collect your thoughts for a minute because I did kind of interject. So here's what he told us, okay? This is what he's doing. He's going back to his old host posts, right? He's checking the comments, he's boosting them, and he's messaging the person that posted for him. So he's just kind of recycling in a fun way, okay? And then what's he doing? The second way he's doing it is he's going to his friends list and sorting from oldest friends and going back to his oldest friends, right? Or the second way was he was going back to May 19th. He's going back a month. Okay, and I love this idea. So, and I used to do this all the time too. Go back a month, okay, and check on all those people from May 19th and get up HAP. And some people are going to slip through the cracks. We're human. There's going to be someone that maybe wanted to order, they slipped through the cracks, or there's someone that left you on red, or there's someone that responded that said, hey, my messenger was weird, what's up? But when you're in that many conversations, you do have to have a rhythm to it. You do have to have a flow. I think the main thing LeBron said is make it fun. I only earned 6 figures when I was having fun. Okay, every day had to be fun, and it was an accountability partner. It was someone that was a sideline sister that had to call me higher that said, hey, we're getting on Zoom today from this time to this time. And you got to preach life over your business. There is a mindset thing that comes into it. Thank you. There is a mindset thing that comes into it. And then it's also the third way he's doing it is just sorting through his friends. So LeBron, I hope I didn't interrupt you. There could be one other thing you're doing or one other way you're doing, and I'm loving all this. This is just so great because it's very simple. It's very simple. No one has to go reinvent the wheel. If you go back to host post that you've had and it took him 8 minutes to do it, 7 minutes and something seconds, I think we all have 7 minutes tonight. Do we have 7 minutes to go back through our old host posts that are saved? Absolutely. And we can go out and reach out to people. I went back to October of 2024, and I have this girl on there that's a real estate agent that has 14 comments of people, and some of them, Facebook didn't let me add them. Just now, I could add 15 people. So I added a bunch of new people, and that's fun. That's a win. That's a huge win for me, and I'm going to celebrate that win, whether I'm celebrating alone. But again, we're going to attach it to our why. And here I go preaching. Here we go. LeBron, you're getting me all fired up. But here I go preaching about my why is for my kids. Okay. My why is to feed my boys for the next 50 years that they're going to eat me out of house and home. It's just that simple. So why would I not keep doing this? Right? Or why would I not make this fun? And so, LeBron, you shared it with those 3 ways with us so far, and those are very simple. And those are things we can all do this evening. We can go back to host to post that you saved. You can go back to May 19th. You can go back to January. I don't think there's a lot of us that are in here in the last 2 months, but if you are, you can go back to a month ago. And if you've been here for only 2 months, congratulations, because you have a whole entire friends list to go sort through. So sort oldest friends first. If you've never done that, oldest friends first, awesome. You're about to get rich. I hope you have fun along the way. And we're going to be here to help you with anything that comes in between that. And we're going to be here to help you with questions. If you do have a question and you're scared to ask in the chat, we're pretty much open door policy around here. My inbox is open. Jeannie, Brooke, LeBron, we're all here to help. Today we had like a little bit of meeting of the minds Zoom with a little bit of upper leadership. And it was just like, it's just such a good core group of us. And now we're ready to expand that group and grow. We want to know who wants to step up and be a leader. We want to know who maybe wants to promote to Ruby, Emerald, Diamond. We need to know from you guys though, where you're at and what that looks like for you and how we can help you guys. Because between all of us, there's probably over 100 years of experience doing this. If we combined all of our knowledge together, so we can do this in our sleep. I used to say I popped diamonds in my sleep, and I can fill out a chart like no one's business. So if you can't do any of that yet, great. You have me. You have Courtney. You have LeBron, and these are the only people I can see right now because we're on the gallery view. But you have people that are here that know that have made commas in their paycheck. And I'll tell you, the first thing was because of belief. The second reason why they made commas is because they had fun doing it. You're not going to find any other JOB that is fun like this, where all they're going to do is they can't come through the computer. They might block you. He just said he showed us back from May. He has a ton of messages because he's consistent. And he mentioned one person out of those 1,000 messages that blocked him. And he said, oh, I can control alt delete them and swipe them and archive them and we can call it a day. Nothing for anyone to get worked up about. And so this is why I bring up robot mode. Okay. Robot mode. And robot mode is not for the weak. You have to go into robot mode because there's going to be one person that tells you something or that doesn't reply to you or that you thought that was going to buy that didn't buy. And that no is going to lead to a yes if you keep pushing throughout the day. Because there's also going to be 10 other things that come up throughout your day. There's going to be your kids. There's going to be your husband. There's going to be dinner. There's going to be noise in the background of TV, like whatever it is, there's going to be a lot of things that get in the way. There's going to be your maybe you have a piss poor attitude one day. Maybe you're having a bad hair day. Maybe you're having a fat day where you're not feeling skinny. There's going to be a lot of things that come into play. And these are all just little things that I can't even come up with big reasons. But life's going to constantly be lifing. So LeBron, I did not want to interrupt you. I did want to piggyback a little bit. So those are the three ways you shared with us. Is there anything else? I know you had a lot of notes. I'm sure there's other things. So I'm gonna let you take over.
No, that's basically it. That's the 3 ways. I mean, that's my daily list. And like I said before, write those names down. When you get up in the morning, while you're using the bathroom, sitting on the toilet or whatever, take your notepad in there and write those 25 names down. And then that way you've got something to look at instead of having to go back and scroll to try to find them. They're already there on that list. And when you check them off your list. All right. The next day, write down 25 more or how many ever. But like I said, a lot of times, if you'll just go back through those past HAPs and those month to date messages, you can probably get up 5 HAPs before ever having to get into your friends list. Okay. You know what my friends list is? That's my backup to my backup. That's plan C. I've got plan A and I got plan B. And most of the time with plan A and plan B, I'm getting 5 to 10 up a day, sometimes 30. And then if I'm feeling froggy and I want more up, I'm getting greedy. Hey, I go through my friends list. Because like I said, it's fun to me. It is. It's really fun when I can put in the chat, hey, there used to be somebody in the chat that we had a little friendly competition in the chat. And that's what it was. That's what made it fun. So, I mean, they would be like, oh, we're going to get up more HAPs than LeBron does this month, and we made it fun. And people were ranking up, and I mean, it was crazy. To me, we just need to get back to that. And because if we can make it fun for you, you'll enjoy it a whole lot more, I promise you. But that's basically all I got. And if anybody has any questions, send Brooke a message. You'll get me, but send Brooke a message on Facebook, and we'll walk you through it for sure.
That's so good. And I really appreciate you taking the time out of your night to help all of us. And, you're probably one of our biggest cheerleaders in the chat. And it's just so nice. And you know what, when you're a leader like that, or if you're in a position maybe where you're like, I don't know what I'm doing, or, I don't know what to say in the chat, that's fine. We obviously preach, we don't want to have too much conversation or chit chat in there. We want to stay focused, but there's so many of us that are on here right now with so much potential, and it's just really special. And I think we haven't even really fully tapped into that. But I want to tell you guys right now, and we did this earlier on our little mastermind, but we need to rally together because there's so many hungry eyes looking at me right now. And there's so many people on here that know that this is the vehicle that's going to get them to where they want. I think most of us probably want that comma in our paycheck. or maybe you want the $500. And a lot of us on here, pretty much every one of us on here has earned $500 since we've been here. And if you haven't, you're brand new. Don't get caught in the comparison trap. The good news is you're about to earn a lot of money because we're going into the busy summer now. Like all I see on my feeds and my ads is things about weight loss because it is summer. It's summer. It's like we had that fall, spring, and now we're in the heat of it. It is getting hot. It is summer. You're gonna find those quick yeses and those quick people like, oh, I want option three. Oh, I need to lose 30 pounds. Like this is when it should be fun. And the way you're gonna make the most money doing this is by having fun with it. And those of us that have been here, a lot of you have been here a long time with me, and we've been here for many years together. And so sometimes it gets a little tricky to find your fun when you feel like you've done this for so long. But if you're brand new and you haven't even had a chance to give yourself like a little bit of grace and have some fun, or if you're an old dog with me still in the fight, we're still here fighting. We know what's coming in October. I don't care if it's June. October, okay, is going to be right around the corner. Yes, I want to enjoy summer and have fun, but I want to have money along the way. How do you have fun? You know, I disagree with the saying more money, more problems. Absolutely not. Like more money, less problems, less stress, more fun, freedom. And I think that's why we all joined. So I want you guys to really dig deep tonight. And I'm very impressed with the turnout. And thank you guys for coming on. And I know some of you are going to be on fire. I see Sarah Hartle on here, and she said she got up the last week and watched the recording, and she was all on fire, ready to go. Well, that's going to be one of our newer diamonds here this summer. She's going to promote, and so it's not just her though. We're going to bring a lot of people along the way, and so. I appreciate each and every one of you for being on tonight. And I think that you guys know what you have your hands on. And LeBron, we really, really, really appreciate you getting on with us too. It's fun to watch. It's just such a unique situation, and you always whoop our butts in the chat. So I need someone that's ready to come out and come beat LeBron. Who's going to beat LeBron in host to post tomorrow? Okay. Who's going to beat LeBron in enrollments? Now I'm putting pressure on him, but no, he's ready for it. Like he's all bring it. So, I want you guys
That's
to
right.
figure that out. Who's my competitive people out there? Who's competitive? LeBron's literally on his wife's Facebook, Brooke, and it's LeBron. I had a one of my OGs, I forced her to get on Zoom not that long ago, and she doesn't really do the Zoom. She just posts and signs customers here and there. She doesn't really need the money. It's kind of just fun for her. And she got on and she was like, I love him. And she's all, who's that? I love him. And I'm like, yeah, we all love him. And I was like, and he's whipping our ass. I just said it. Like, because he is. He's whipping my butt in enrollments, and I'm about ready to. I'm done. Like, here I come, LeBron. I'm coming for you tomorrow,
Come
okay?
on.
Yep, here we are. So we're all coming for LeBron, but at the same time, it's such inspiration. It's very inspiring to watch you enroll day after day, time after time. You're not negative. You're having fun is the main thing. You have the belief in it. You've seen a lot of money doing this, I think more than you guys expected. And that's pretty much, I think all of us on here, all 21 of us can go to say, I didn't expect to make this type of money here. So yes, I do think let's thank him in the chat. And I want to thank each and every one of you for being on tonight. I knew we were going to go a little bit over. So we'll see you guys on Monday on the Done Zoom. We'll be around all weekend long. Let's make tomorrow, let's light that chat up. Okay, I keep saying it every week. Go light that chat up. It's going to start with not just me, not LeBron, not Courtney, not Jeannie, not Vicky, not Taylor, not Julia. It's going to start with each and every single one of us that's on here. If you've signed a customer before, newsflash, if you want to get rich, the J months are the time. So buckle down for the next 11 days, okay? Buckle down. Set excuses aside. I've never had my baby sit with me on a Zoom before because my husband always takes him. And he was like, oh, I just started the grill. Your Zooms are normally on Tuesdays. I was like, I've moved them to Thursdays like 2 weeks ago. Where are you at? And I'm like, you know what? I'll bring the baby because he's not going to make a peep and he's just going to sit on my lap and I can still hold my phone and hold the baby and get some work done with LeBron and my team. And you guys can see that I'm a real human in the trenches of life. And we all are, right? And so we all have the same thing. And heart, hands, that's right. I'm here for you guys, okay? We're all here together. We're going to run it up. This is going to be insane. And let's go close out the month strong. How does that sound?
Let's do it.
Thanks again, LeBron. I'll see you guys soon.